It was pretty crazy. I mean, I got a good start and made a good pass around the outside on the first lap in turn 4. Got around a few guys and was trying to chase Danny down. He just got a great start, and I felt good running second and just tried to keep him in touch. And I heard that Ducati of Jason and Heron was there too, and so just going to try to hang out and see what those guys were going to do. Maybe we could reel Danny in, but he was just on it today. About midway through the race, I was having some shifting issues. It kept jumping out of 3rd and 4th. So every time that would happen, somebody get a good run on me and pass me. So I just tried to chill out and figure out what I had to do to get the thing in gear, and started short shifting it in a few spots. And that started working, and Dane and Tommy were in front of me, and I just wanted to stay close to those guys, try to put a charge for the podium at the end, and was real good on the brakes in turn 4, and put a move on them with 2 to go and got to the front, and they got me back and went back and forth a couple times, but made it stick on Tommy there at the end. But Dane already passed me in turn 1 and tried to catch him, but at the same time I was sliding a lot and didn't want to risk anything, and I knew Josh was out, and now we have the points lead, which is awesome. I just can't thank the Vezzer Suzuki guys enough for their hard work and believing in me, and glad to get another podium, and we'll push on for tomorrow.
It's quite a day. It's hot for everybody. When you're out there, do you even think about that? Do you even feel the heat and realize that it's so hot?
Yeah, you feel it. It's hot, and the bike's running like 216 degrees, so you're sitting on a ball of fire. But it was good. That's why we train and put in all those hours in the heat, so it's all good.
Great job. Congratulations. Dane, really, you were part of the same mix, all the action going back and forth. Tell us about your day out there.
Just trying to stick with him in the beginning. I knew I couldn't let him get away, let anybody get in front of me. So I had to do a little passing, and then later in the race, Cory made that move on me. I was turning in, and there he was. So, and then that made for some good racing there at the end. All those moves at the end, especially turn 1, that gave it to me. We were joking on a podium that I did a West on him. So I Wested him, I guess, this time. But I was able to make it stick on those guys. I thought maybe they had a little bit more for me. Like in the tires, I was sliding around a lot, so I just tried to kind of block them a little bit and ride conservatively. I'd like to really thank my M4 Suzuki. It's going really good. Got some things ironed out. Matthew from Olin's is our guest technician this weekend, and he was a real pro and helped us. And thanks to Arai and Held and all those guys, Pilot, and also to Cory for the points lead. Keep that thing, buddy.
Thanks, Dane.
It seemed like at one point coming out of this turn here, going back down towards the left, that you kind of came up, the front wheel came up, and then Aquino was able to get a good run on you, and you passed and went back and forth. I thought it was right out here on this left-hander.
Oh, yeah. We were getting in there together. Let's see. I was on the inside, and I kind of got too deep in there, and we were just coming out of there, and I kind of pushed him a little bit wide, and I was trying to let him know that, I didn't really mean to, and he managed to pull the pass on me anyway, so I'm sure he didn't really care that much. I didn't take him out, so.
Oh, great riding. Danny, in your own race, certainly a different race than what these guys went through, where they were cutting and passing and repassing the whole time. You pretty much, once things settled down, checked out. How hard is that for you to be off on your own, knowing you're ahead, knowing you got to set the pace, but knowing these guys are behind you?
Here it's a little easier, I guess, to be in the front. Road America and some of them other places you can draft back up, and if you get second or third, fourth bike in line, it's hard to see the apex of the corner and see the curb, so you might miss your mark and lose some time. But I got to a really good start. I know PJ came by there, and I, if anything else, I want to at least try to lead the most laps and get a point for that. So I just stuffed him right back on that first lap, and that was, I think, really the last time I saw him. I could hear, I don't know if it was him or Jason or who it was, but I could hear one of those twins back there behind me knocking on the door and kind of watching the tower when I'd come over the hill, and I could see the numbers, changing position, and just watching the pit board. I think at one point I just got, just enough to where nobody could make a move on me, a little bit of a gap, and from there it just progressively got a little bit bigger, and I kept seeing different numbers in seconds, so I knew they started racing it up pretty hard, and I didn't do super consistent lap times, I don't think, not as good as I would have maybe liked, but we made a couple mistakes just out front, and I just didn't want to do anything too crazy and mess it up, because about 9 laps into it, I was thinking, all right, we got a good shot at winning our first race this year, and it's been tough, after last year, and even this year we've been fast and been up there, but never been able to seal the deal. So it means a lot to get this win. It's pretty awesome.
Do you ride to a pace? Do you ride to a time? I mean, you got a lap timer. You ride to a pace. How do you kind of pace yourself and stay focused?
I mean, just watching the lap timer, lap for lap, and you pretty much know whenever you've screwed something up and run wide and lose some time. But you can definitely keep an eye on that and making sure you're not dropping off too much time in one lap, and just trying to stay consistent. And then I could tell those guys were racing. I really started getting a little bit of a gap after a second and then 2 seconds, and just trying to keep my head down and not do anything too crazy. And there was a couple of yellow flags that it's easy to get distracted by stuff like that, and see who went down or who ran off the track or what it may be. And it's awesome. And then to have all three of us up here is pretty special. We joked around back at a little get together back at home in Oklahoma, and we said, well, where are we going to do it at? And I think that was before Infineon. I said, well, I plan on winning it, so you guys follow me. But it kind of turned out that way, just not at the right race.
Well, there must be something good in the water there in Oklahoma.